What's up, badasses? I'm so excited to be with you today. I want you to imagine for a moment how amazing would it feel to wake up every day so excited to jump out of bed, to get started, to feel alive, excited, inspired, and just lit up inside that you can't help but get moving, right? It feels amazing, but so often we feel just exhausted and drained and depleted, and we feel like we're just going through the motions. We feel like it's Groundhog Day over and over and over again, and we can't seem to escape our daily to-dos, the shit that just needs to get done. And I want you to know, if you feel like this, I felt like this too, and it's possible to change your life where you feel that vigor, that excitement, that pizzazz, everything that you desire, to be happy, to feel peace and freedom. All of that is possible for your life, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. How to be lit up, excited, and passionate, and alive, and happy with your life. So if you're feeling like, yes, that's what I want, you are in the right place. Before we dive in, I just want to welcome you back to my channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am an authenticity and confidence coach, and I am sharing weekly videos to inspire and guide badasses just like yourself to unleash their power, claim their worth, and become their most unstoppable, unapologetic as fuck, capable, badass selves. So number one, in order to light the fire within you, to turn that on, turn that up inside, number one is you have to examine your limiting beliefs. You have to examine the thoughts and the stories, the talk that goes on in your head that stops you in the first place from prioritizing and doing what is important to you, or what would really light you up inside. So often I experience this not only for myself, and I've heard it from my clients. It's like, self-care is selfish. I should be doing this. I could be doing that. It's not productive to have fun. I have all these responsibilities. I don't have time. All these beliefs are just that. They are beliefs. They're not ours. They are inherited stories that either were explicitly stated or that we've interpreted based on witnessing the people in our lives acting out these beliefs in different ways, and how they've cared for their own selves, or how they prioritize fun or joy. The belief that, another big belief is that, well, I'm an adult, I have responsibilities, I don't have time for fun, I can't have fun, right? So I'm not going to go into today about how to actually examine those beliefs and change our beliefs, because I did a video on how to deal with your inner critic, and I'll link that video here. But essentially, it's to know and examine that and understand these beliefs are yours, and that's only one possibility. Just like there is two sides to a coin, there are, two sides to a belief, the negative belief and the positive belief. So if the belief is joy, fun isn't productive, you have to begin to open up to the possibility of how joy and fun can be productive. And I'm here to tell you that it can. I'm going to talk a little bit about why and how it can right now, which is number one, joy. When you're tapped into just having fun, if you can remember a time where you did something that you truly enjoy doing. For me, I love horseback riding. You're going through you're engaging in the activity, and you're losing track of time because you're so present in the moment that you don't even recognize how much time is going by, because you're just having so much fun, so much joy. Surfers will describe this energy as well, and it can be in anything that you love to do. You're entering in what's called a flow state. And when you're in this flow state, just like when you lift weights, I don't know if you've heard this before. When you lift weights and you train those muscles, when the workout is over, the workout is still working, especially if you're doing, larger volume weights. It's like your muscles are still in this state of building and recovering even after the workout's done, up to 24 hours later. And the same holds true for joy. When you're in this flow state, that state elicits or creates creativity. It creates more focus, more productivity, all of that's still happening even out of the flow state. So when you wake up the next day and you're beginning to start your day, your nervous system is already being wired into that flow state. And so you're just acting from a place that is coming from ease, coming from no effort, and it's building that muscle over time. And a really big piece around being in this flow state is it's so important to know that, I lost my train of thought for a moment, that it's, you're entering into this place of taking action from an aligned and inspired place, rather from just acting from a place of needing to act, which will lead to burnout really quickly. If you're just taking vicious action, and it's getting you nowhere because you're just spinning your wheels constantly, that type of action is going to burn you out pretty quickly. But if you're acting from a place that feels inspired and feels aligned, from a flow state, that sets the stage for the action to arise within you and kind of be birthed within you, and it bubbles up for you to receive. What action am I guided to take? What action am I inspired to take? And there's a part of you that knows, within your heart, within your soul, what you were born to do, so that inner being, inner guidance system, your intuition, the higher power, the divine, whatever you want to call it, that part of you already knows what next action is going to take you where it is that you desire to go, that's authentic to you. It's about listening to that, allowing it to be revealed and following it. And the way that it's revealed is 1, through meditation, and 2, through this flow state. So I say all this to say is that joy is absolutely productive. Maybe it doesn't look like that on the outside to the person that, has drilled into your head that you need to be doing. You don't have time to rest. You can't sit down. That's a trauma response. The truth is, joy is actually really productive, if not more productive than if you were just to take action for no purpose, no rhyme, or no reason. So getting really clear on that, that's number 1. Number 2 is giving yourself permission. Permission is key to having fun. You can't tap into joy or have fun if you don't first give yourself the permission to do so. I so can relate to feeling like I don't have time to do something if it's doesn't have an intention or a purpose behind it, or if it's not productive. My old way of thinking was I can be doing X, Y, and Z, and I don't have time to be doing this thing that is just to do it for fun. And so, I really had to give myself permission to say, no, you can grant yourself that permission to do what feels good and do what you feel in your heart would feel authentically good to you. And a lot of times what stops us from giving ourselves that permission is we are so afraid of what will people think of me? What will so-and-so think, right? That I'm just off gallivanting, having fun. What are they going to think about me? And the truth is, would you rather care about what other people think, or would you rather be authentically happy? If you imagine for a moment that you are so lit up and so inspired by whatever you're doing, that you're having the time of your life, that it's like the best moment of your life in this, experience, would you rather be happy doing it, or would you rather care what people think? And I can promise you, if you feel that way, like if you feel the happiness inside of you, and this is the most happy you've been in a really long time, you're not going to give a flying fuck about what other people think. You're going to be like, oh my God, I want to feel more of this feeling. And that starts with number 1, giving yourself that permission to have fun and to know, like, the whole belief around I don't have time. We have time for what we value and for what we deem important. And if you're doing activities that aren't important to you, that don't light you up, that you don't that aren't what you truly want to be doing, then that shit's gotta go. You gotta delegate it, you gotta eliminate it, and you gotta prioritize your happiness. And when you do that, I promise you, and we're going to get into this around step 3, I promise you, as you do that over and over and over again, before you know it, you're only going to be taking action that feels truly authentically aligned and brings you happiness. So number 3 is all around choosing to be happy now. This might seem really simple, but the truth is we can be happy now. We convince ourselves that we can't. And, understanding that if you're in this place of feeling exhausted and feeling depleted and feeling, like you have no energy, like you don't even want to get out of bed, if you're in this place, you can't just switch a light switch on and have overnight you feeling like you're bouncing off the walls and this is the best life that you've ever lived, right? The truth is it takes time. It's a journey, but you have to start somewhere. And if you don't start today or tomorrow or the next day, you're not getting any closer to the happiness that you desire. And so it's really about taking baby steps and prioritizing your joy. I give this as homework all the time to my clients. Prioritizing your joy daily for just 10 minutes a day to begin, to just start there. And, when it comes to prioritizing that joy, really, and if you're in a place of, you're like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know what makes me happy. Starting with what used to excite you and make you happy as a kid. Starting there. It can be that simple. I'm going to kind of rattle off some ideas here, but really the sky is the limit. It could be something as simple as dancing, singing, writing, painting, drawing. It could be, for me, I love to get out in nature. I love to go to the beach. I love, adventure. So anything like kayaking, canoeing. I love theme parks. I love I'm thinking back to one of the best experiences I had too, where I just felt so free, was riding on the back of a motorcycle. Like how, doing things that are just bringing you so much joy. And so when I say do them daily for 10 minutes, you're not going to go maybe unless you have a motorcycle. If you need to pay for an experience, you're not going to do that every day. Maybe you do that once a week. But you can do something like take your inner child on a play date. You could go to a playground. I can't tell you how many times I just went to a playground myself at times, but also with my daughter, and I just played like I was a kid and just had fun. That energy is going to expand. When you start small and you start somewhere, that energy can only expand. The joy, once you have fun for 10 minutes, you're going to start to want to have more fun for longer periods of time. And before you know it, you're going to start to incorporate things in your day that if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, and you're not doing it. And the bonus tip around this is that, and I don't know if you call this number 4 or your bonus or what have you, but it's as you're doing that activity, connecting to your body, connecting to your being, and feeling the joy present in you, feeling the happiness, feeling the excitement, feeling the giddiness. Another example that's coming to mind is just laughing. My daughter loves to make me laugh, and I will just give myself permission to just, get hysterical sometimes. That's how funny she can be. And in that moment, it's just so much fun to let go and to enjoy the moment and be present to the moment. But that feeling, as you tune into your body, it's going to expand, and what you focus on expands. So the joy, if you start small, naturally it's going to snowball, and it's going to get even bigger and even bigger until you decide, until you look at your life and realize my whole day is filled with things that I enjoy and that I love doing. And I want to share this last piece is that if you start incorporating joy into your life, it's going to be like you're throwing a dart at the bullseye, and you're going to be magnetized to creating and living the life of your dreams. Like I said, there's a part within you that already knows what you're meant to be doing and knows what's next action's going to help get you there. And by tapping into joy, you're in flow, you're creating this aligned energy that's going to start allowing the inspired action to come up through you so that you can allow it to rise take hold of it and take action on it and move like a dart towards a bullseye on it. So just to recap, the 3 steps are to, number 1, examine your limiting beliefs. Number 2, what was number 2? Give yourself permission to have fun. And number 3 is going to be around choosing to be happy right now, right now in this moment, and feeling that sensation inside of your body and allowing it to expand within you. So I want to end by sharing, if you, number 1, are like, fuck yes, I want to be creating the life of my dreams. I cannot go on with settling anymore. I cannot go on living another day in this life I can't go on living another day like this where I just feel exhausted, drained, sucked dry, and I have nothing to give. This isn't what your life is supposed to be. Joy is your birthright. You were put here for a reason. You were put here to have fun, to be lit up, to be excited. If you're like, fuck yes, I want to be happy, I want to feel free, I want to feel peace, and I want to prioritize my joy, and you're like, this video just has you kind of drooling out the mouth, wanting more, reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you. You can either drop a comment, message me, book a chat with me directly from the link within the description box below. But I'd love to help explore with you, where are you at, where do you want to go, and what's getting in the way to that. Because let me tell you, I get it, my clients get it. They all are at this place when they come in where they're disconnected from themselves and they just want to feel fucking alive, and they want to prioritize themselves and say yes to themselves. So I get it. I walk the path. My clients got it. They've, had amazing transformation, and I just want to, you can just hopefully feel my excitement and my passion. I want this for you too. You don't have to be miserable. You don't have to be miserable. You are the only one that's getting in your way. And once you can realize that, acknowledge that, and know no one is coming to save you but you need to make the change. You need to take the action. Then you take your power back. You take control, and you start taking these steps. So I'm sending you so much love until I speak with you next time. If this video resonated with you, please drop a comment below. Let me know what resonated most. And if you haven't gotten my free 6-step no BS guide yet to boldly move forward to creating the life of your dreams and remembering, reclaiming, and radiating all of who you were born to be, do that. I'll link it in the description as well. And I'm just sending you all so much love. It was a true pleasure, and I can't wait until next time. Lots of love.